Hi everyone, Karen Dulin here with Newport Boxfit. Today we're going to do a legs and abs workout, which is going to be a round of legs followed by a round of abs, and we'll alternate that for 10 rounds today with a 30-second rest in between each round. So any of these exercises you can use weights or no weights. All of them are just as effective with just your body weight as well. Our first round we're going to start with legs, but it's going to be a little bit of a warm-up too, just to get everything moving. Alright, so round one, we're going to do 30 seconds of jumping jacks, 30 seconds of regular squats without weights, and then 30 seconds of butt kickers. And then we'll repeat that. So here we go with jacks first. Now we're switching to just a regular squat. Next up, we have butt kickers. Jumping jacks. Back to regular squats. And last 30 seconds of our warm-up, back to butt kickers. Alright, very nice. And that is our rest. Our next round, we're going to do abs. We're going to start with some plank variations. So options for that, there's always options of course, right? You can be on your elbows or you can get all the way up. I personally like elbows. As a boxer, I get a lot of shoulder workout, a lot of push-ups and stuff in there anyways. So elbows is where I'm going to start. Make sure your hips are up and everything's nice and tight. So regular plank for 30 seconds to start. Ten more seconds here. Good. Now we're going to switch to alternating knees in. So you want to kind of pull that knee in, nice and slow and controlled. And for this one, I do come all the way up so I don't drag my knee across the floor. Now we're going into an alternating side plank, so I'm going to drop back down onto my elbow for this one, although you can do this one all the way up if you would like. And work back into that regular plank. However you're going to do it, elbows are all the way up. I do like to start with planks when I do abs. That way I'm not too tired to do them at the end. And they also help to warm up my body a little bit more. Back to pulling those knees in. Got 10 more seconds here, and then we're going back into that alternating side plank. Switch. Very nice. And that is our rest. So our next round is going to be another round of legs. Again, weights or no weights with any of these. We're going to do 12 of each exercise now, and then just keep cycling through them. So our first 12 is a sumo squat, which I'm going to use a weight for. Toes pointed out. Second 12, we've got squat jumps. And third set of 12, we've got forward lunges. So right now, I'm starting with the sumo. You can use one weight, two weights, or no weights. And when you're done with your 12, you've got squat jumps. Of those, and then we've got 12 forward lunges. Want to make sure that keep your balance, but you also come straight down and that knee doesn't come forward. So 12 of those, I'm counting each leg as one, just so you know, okay? Keep cycling through. Idea is to get through as many sets as you can with correct form, of course. Back to squat jumps. to abs. We'll come back down onto the floor. We will start with an oblique crunch. So for this one, knees to the side. You want to make sure that the shoulder blade on the floor comes off the floor. That's how you know you're working your obliques. All right. We'll be here for 30 seconds. Also, always make sure you find a spot on the ceiling to look at so you aren't pulling on your neck. Very nice. And we're switching to the other side. Good, and now we're back on our back. Knees are at 90. Cross the feet if you'd like. Opposite elbows, opposite knee. We're actually gonna stay here for a full minute. Make sure you keep breathing. Breathe back, 30 more seconds here. Ten seconds. Good, now we're gonna make our body flat like an X. We're gonna do this one for a minute as well. So everything's flat, reach up, opposite, hands opposite toe, control the back down. That's important. Making sure that we control the arm and leg, don't just drop it back down. Seconds here. Very nice, and that is our 30-second rest. So we are back to legs again this round. 12 each of these exercises. The first one's going to be a knee up into a reverse lunge. So knee comes up, reverse lunge, 12 of those. Our second set of legs will be deadlifts. I'm of course going to use the dumbbells, but you don't have to. And third, we're going to do 12 calf raises. With weights or without weights, totally up to you, all right? So starting with that, knee up, reverse lunge for 12. Moving on to 12 deadlifts. On these, I have a slight bend to my knee. Abs are tight. And last but not least, we'll do calf raises. reset, or back set, knee up. Reverse lunge. Again, this is at your own pace. Trying to get through as many correctly as we can in a time of 3 minutes. Deadlift is next after those. Onto our calf raises. Just under a minute left in this round. Very nice, and that is our rest for 30 seconds. After that, we are back to another round of abs. We're at round 6, so just a few more rounds to go. This time we're going to focus on some lower abdominal work, mixed up a little bit, but our first exercise is going to be on our back. I always put my hands underneath here, and we're just going to do a little leg lift. So like 6 to 12 inches, just small motion. You don't want to swing your legs all over the place, and try to find that spot on the ceiling. Keep your chin up so you're not pulling on your neck. Or you can drop your head if need be. Ten more seconds here. Good, now you're gonna drop the feet, keep the knees bent, hands come behind the head. We're just do a regular crunch. So shoulder blades have to come up off the floor here. Back to some lower abdominal work, hands up underneath, do little flutter kicks. So again, just a small amount of movement here, nice and controlled. Ten more seconds. Then we're back to the regular crunch after this one. Good, drop the feet again, back to a regular crunch. Good, hands back underneath. This is our last set of lower abs for this round anyway. Do a little scissor, right? So again, small movement, nice and controlled. We have 10 more seconds here. Good, and our last 30 seconds, back to the regular crunch. another round of legs. This round, we're just doing 2 exercises. We're going to do 12 each side of the stationary lunge. If you have something you want to put your foot up on, your rear foot, you can. So 12 each side, and then I'm going to do these without weights. Toes pointed out. You've got 12 sumo squat jumps. So that's our whole 3-minute round, 12 each side to start of a stationary lunge. Good. And if you're done with those, moving on to that sumo squat jump, so toes pointed outwards. You do want to land softly on those, so I don't make a ton of noise, which is good. You don't want those to be loud. So you want a nice soft landing. We're about halfway through this round. Rounds always feel longer than others. Remember to go at your own pace here. So we want to push ourselves, but we want to do everything correctly, of course. Just a few more seconds. So if you're on one side, you might want to do a few. Even it up on the other side, like I just did. Very nice. Let's rest. Our next round, we've got abs again. Just a few rounds left. So we'll get back down on the floor of the mat. Starting off on our back. With our knees at 90, we're going to be here, elbows to knees, and we're going to extend the legs as far as you can. We're here for 30 seconds. More seconds. Good, now switching to bicycle. Good. Next up, we've got toe touches. So legs straight up, arms behind the head. Reach out for your toes, or as close as you can get. If you want to challenge yourself, you can point those toes. Very nice. Back to the first exercise. So elbows to knees. Extend those legs out. Ten more seconds here. Switching to that bicycle. Good, last 30 seconds back to those toe touches. Nice. That is our rest. We have our last two rounds. So next up we're going to do our last round of leg exercises. We're going to start off with a close stance squat. So you want your feet close together. That's going to work your quads a little bit more. Weights or no weights are fine. Red. So 12 of those. We're going to do 12 skater or curtsy lunges. And then we have last but not least 12 of these guys, each side. All right? Cycle through at your own pace. So we're starting here. When you're finished with the squats, you're going to go on to skaters. You can use weights or no weights, but it is our last round, so I might want to push a little bit. After that, moving on to the floor. 1 foot down, 1 leg up, 12 each side. Again, at your own pace. Back to the beginning with a close stance squat. Followed by the skaters. We have just over a minute left in this round. a few seconds left. I'll just do a couple on each side so I'm not uneven. Very nice. That is our rest again. We now have our last round, which is of course going to be ab work again. We're gonna mix it up a little bit. So we'll do some of my favorites that we haven't done yet today. We'll start on the floor mat, on your back. Feet as close or far apart as you need them to be able to do a heel touch. We're gonna do a single side, so one hand can be behind the head or on the floor. And we're just gonna reach for that one side. If you wanna challenge yourself, you bring your feet farther away from your butt, but closer to each other. We'll be here for 30 seconds. Good, now we're switching sides. Good, next we're going to be here. It's elbows to knees, but tap the toes down this time. We're going to do the same exercise, just make it into a bicycle. So opposite elbows, opposite knee, but tap the toe down towards the floor. Good. Now we're going to be like straight up, arms out to the side like a T. Reach out, touch your toes, bring the arms back down. Good, we're going to stay here, so keep your arms off to the side, legs are here. We're going to drop those legs off at an angle and swing them back around to the other side with control. You can bend your knees up if you need to for this one. You can also, if this hurts your lower back, not do it and do a regular crunch. Alright, very nice. And we are finished with today's legs and abs workout.
Hey, hope you both loved and hated the workout. Please do us a big favor, hit the subscribe, the thumbs up, and the bell buttons. If you're looking for more workouts like this, then check out our Boxfit on Demand. There's more details down in the description. Thanks for joining me. See you at the next workout.